No, I've got draft crushes. I think this is the guy. Apparently his brother's in. I didn't know that, which I feel like I should have known that.
He's
Did
in
you
the
see
he's in the league, or
he was in the combine, Styles Jr., and he ran faster than Sonny
okay.
Styles did. Hey, what's up everybody? Backyard Talk BYT here again, episode 5. It's our first time doing a post that is not related to the NFL Combine or the draft at the moment. We will still carry some of that quarterback or that content later, but for right now, we had some topics we teased last week. I'm calling this the draft crush and the quarterback post. Nick had a topic. I had a topic. Nick, say hi.
Hi.
There he is. He made it. Do you want to kick it off today, or you want me to kick off with my topic?
I'll let you go ahead and kick it off with your topic. Mine's a little bit probably controversial.
I think mine can be controversial in a different way. For those that haven't seen it, please go back watch episode 4. You can kind of see this, but as a reminder, I really wanted to talk draft crushes, and what I mean by this topic is I've got a feeling about a guy in this draft, which I'll get into in just a moment. I'd like to talk to you about him. Nick knows likely where this conversation is going to go. But before I say all the words I want everyone to know that I am not comparing these two players immediately. What I'm strictly talking about is I've watched the draft for a long time. I had a certain feeling about a player a while back, who I will name soon, that turned out to be really, really phenomenal player. And I kind of got that vibe this year. So jump back a few years. I was a Luke Kuechly stan, big time. Uh, I watched a lot of his college. Dude was leading tackles, just every year, 100 plus tackles, just all over the map. That year, I think Philly had 13. Nick, where was
12 or
Carolina that year?
13, yeah. Yeah, we were 9.
I think we were 13 because I think we traded up to 12 afterwards, which we still made it out well with Fletcher Cox that year. But um, I just remember watching the combine, and I saw this dude at the combine, and I said, he's not making it to Philly's pick at all. And then, as we do yearly, Nick and I we watched the draft together every year. He was over, and I just remember watching Carolina take Luke, and I was like, "Damn it, that's the guy."
I
I really
was,
just had a
and,
special, and you
and
weren't
I was
thrilled at the time.
also, I was not thrilled. Um, I was like, man, we really don't need a linebacker. Like, why? Like,
Yeah,
we're talking about linebackers. Why are we,
we're
and I was
talking
wrong.
about linebacker. Yeah,
And I was wrong.
No,
So,
I think, and so what I'm getting at for this one is like everybody sees the hype right now with Sonny Styles. The reason I bring it up just in general is their height's the same, their weight's the same. He's faster, jumping higher. He broke some combine records. Like there's like comps out right now for Sonny Styles that he's as fast as some of the receivers. He's bigger than some of the DNs. He can jump higher than some of the CBs. Like his combine has just been off the charts. So I'm watching this guy and I'm thinking to myself, wow, you still got to be able to put it all together, right? But if we're looking at a combine perspective only, I think this is the first guy in a long time that I feel like his number might rise. In our current mock, we had him going 11 to Miami, which I still think is fairly viable. But he could go
I
higher
think
than
he's
that,
going to
in
go
my
up
opinion.
now.
Now,
Yeah.
I think he will, but there's Arvell Reese, right? Too, and he's kind of been the guy for a little bit. But I think his number might climb. What I want to really be interested to see, and this is where I don't want anyone, especially from the Carolina fan base or anyone that doesn't know I love football. Luke Kuechly was all here too. He had it fully figured out. He was usually the smartest player on the field. That's what he was
Mm-hmm.
still athletic, but that's what differentiated him as a linebacker. He knew more about football than most people do. Will that be Sonny Styles? I have no idea. But from an athleticism standpoint, he's in the same region, a little bit faster, and he
Maybe
caught
a
my
little shade
eye. So
better
I think
athletic.
that's
Yeah.
kind of my current draft crush for this year.
Um, yeah, man, I agree with you. I try to do a little thing a little earlier when I was on break at work. If my bosses ever watched this, um,
Got a lot of
I
breaks going
try.
on.
Yeah, I did a mock. I tried to trade up to 10 before the draft started. Had to give up Mike Jack. Had to give up another pick, and he was gone at 8. I think he is probably outside of Caleb Downs the safest draft pick out there. Um, I'd probably say he's probably even more safe. I know he had a down year because he was playing on a monster defense. I mean, I think we had
Yeah,
a minimum of 4 Ohio State players go in the first round. I think it was all defensive side. There could have been more. I mean, I'd have to go back and look.
I
Um,
saw a thing today that they said based off of his, there could be 5 Ohio State players drafted in the top 10 picks this year, and that'll be the first time that's ever happened. So,
yeah, and it's normally defensive ends we're talking about by Ohio State and
yep,
DBs. I mean, now it's safeties, it's defensive linemen, it's defensive
receivers.
tackles in particular, receivers, safety. Um, so yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Um, I'm a Sonny Styles fan. I know he's not going to be there at 19 when Carolina picks. It's going to have to be a trade up scenario. I wouldn't be so far to say he go number 2 to the
So
Jets.
that this is an interesting one, and this is why I wanted to bring it up to you. I think his peak is 5. I think the Giants at
To the
5.
Giants,
Yeah,
they've spent a lot of capital on their defense draft wise. They've got to go some of the offense. I mean, I could
we
see
picked
him
offense
going
originally.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had picked offense originally because we mentioned trying to get some weapons there to Jackson Dart, but as much as I know the NFC East, man, that's just one of those franchises that really puts it all out there occasionally, and I feel like their eyes are probably super wide. And even though it may not be their biggest need, they would be a franchise that would say, "I'm taking this cat at 5."
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
think they could. I do like Miami at 11. I think to me that's probably as far as he goes down though, in my opinion. Like I don't think he goes past 11 anymore.
I agree.
Uh,
I agree. I don't
yeah,
think he gets past Cincinnati at 10. I don't think he gets past the Commanders at 8. Um,
the NFC East could get a
he,
lot better, and it's frustrating.
yeah, for you it is.
Exactly.
um,
Uh,
Go ahead.
Before
You
you
got?
jump
You
into
think
this,
you want to wrap it up on a bow for us?
no, I've got draft crushes. I think this is the guy. Apparently his brother's in. I didn't know that, which I feel like I should have known that. You see,
He's in the league or
he was in the combine, Styles Jr., and he ran faster than Sonny
okay?
Styles did.
What
Uh,
position?
I think he's linebacker as well. I'll have to look, but we can get into that one later. But they're both there,
Yeah.
which is interesting. So that
Did he
family,
go to Ohio State as well?
he did, and his dad
Okay.
won a Super Bowl. I forgot with what team a while back, but like apparently they're producing some solid children on the Styles side of their family.
In the Styles
uh,
family. Yeah.
yep. Last thing, this has nothing to do with it. Love that hat. Nick and I every year we buy the draft hats. I can't remember if that was or wasn't a draft hat, but that's
I
a
can't
fresh
remember.
hat. You'll
Yeah.
always
Gotta
see
keep
me with
it.
a fresh Eagles cap on, but I like the lid
Gotta keep
today.
it fresh today. Appreciate you.
Yep.
And I got Lex
Yes, sir.
Luthor in the background today. He's back here helping me out. So. All right, I have talked about this before with Jacob about the quarterback position. Now, it's by far the most important position in all sports. It's definitely one of the higher paid positions in the NFL, and I think we need to rethink that. I think quarterbacks, and I looked it up, and I'm just going to rattle off some numbers, and just bear with me, okay?
Yep.
So I look at the quarterback and I look at their cap hit. Okay, Sam Darnold's cap hit this year was $13.4 million. Probably gonna go up. I think that's how they worked the cap when he got signed. Okay, they won 14 games. they paid a little under $1 million a game. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Okay, I think quarterbacks should be paid well, but with that cap, he was able to probably bring in and re-sign some other players. And it's funny that I'm doing it this way. Drake May, second year of his rookie deal, he was paid $8.3 million. Okay, about $600,000 a win. Okay. Then and this is just quarterbacks. Bo Nix, he was $4 million. They paid about $300,000 per win. It's kind of taking a money ball aspect to this. I'm not saying quarterbacks shouldn't be paid, and I'm not saying but if I'm a quarterback, how are you going to be remembered by? There's two ways you're going to get remembered by. You're going to be remembered by Tom Brady winning so many Super Bowls. He was never the highest paid player in his position. Or you're going to be remembered by Jamarcus Russell, who carried a big cap hit and could not win anything. Well,
when you used to be
holdout. Holdout. Going down here, Josh Allen, $36 million cap hit this year. They won 11 games. They paid a little over $3 million per win. Now, these are just playoff teams, okay?
Yep. Do you have the birds on there?
Yes, I do have the birds on here. Jalen Hurts, $21 million, 11 wins, $1.9 million per win. Okay.
I'm good with that.
Now, you're in the playoffs. You're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But if you take that cap hit down to, 14, 15, I'm saying anywhere between 15 and 25, you're still being paid very well. And you're allowing the other teams to catch up. Matt Stafford on here, they went to the playoffs as well, $47.5 million. They won 12 games, about $4 million per win. Because the quarterbacks and head coaches are the only two positions that get judged on wins, okay? Now this will make you smile here, okay?
Ready for it.
Dak Prescott cap hit was $52 million. Okay. They won 7 games. They paid $7.5 million per win. So what I'm looking at is, okay, I'm a quarterback coming up for an extension, okay? Yeah, I can sign the bag. I can get paid $40 million, $50 million a year. Guess what? The cap is about $300 million, and I'm not sitting here saying I'm a cap expert. Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying I'm a cap expert or anything like that. So if your quarterback is taking up $50 million a year, then you got $250 million left. Well, most teams have a DB. There's 20. Most teams have a number one wide receiver. There's 30. Now you got 200. Yeah. Defensive tackle's going 20. Offensive line is anywhere from 15 to 20. You're burning this money so fast. And I know the cap people will finagle it, and this cap hit's only this much, and this cap hit's only this much. But if I'm a quarterback, I'm going to hone in. Okay, if I was to take $10 million, $15 million, $20 million, they can take this money and go get me a slot receiver that is going to be a baller. Go get me that second running back. Go get me that returner. A 6th, 7th offensive lineman to protect me. Offensive linemen get hurt. I would dare to say more than any position out there. I mean, they're the wall into the car wreck every day. Then you can go and spend money on defense. Get you the ball back. Go get you that second corner. The league is dying for corners right now and safeties. Go, build an unquote dream team. Now, I'm not sitting here telling a quarterback to go and take a $10 million deal and get paid for 10 years for a $100 million deal. I'm not saying that. I've looked at both sides. So let's just say I'm a quarterback. It'll never happen. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to my team and say, all right, what's your deal? And then I'm going to, the agent wants you to get the money, But I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a 2-year deal, $50 million, 100% guaranteed. Okay, Kirk Cousins did that a while ago, but I want my deal. It's 2 years, $50 million. Can't franchise me after that 2 years. If I'm a quarterback, I'm gonna sign a smaller year deal. And if I don't like the direction the team's going, I'm hitting free agency. You can't franchise me. I don't know if that's in the language now. I know Asante Samuel put it in when he was franchised by the Patriots. He signed his deal and said, "All right, well, you can't franchise me next year."
Yeah.
But if you take a smaller cap hit and you know you're you're going to make more on endorsements, commercials. You know,
Yeah.
you got a minimum 5 guys protecting you at once. Sometimes 7 or 8 guys are protecting you. They say a quarterback should elevate the talent around them. Well, you can take a little bit less money, and I hate to say that. I tell every other position go get that money. And at that one point, I was saying, hey, telling quarterbacks go get that money. But if you want to win in this competitive of a league, if you can get a quarterback to say, all right, I'm going to do a 2-year deal, $50 million. After that 2 years, you can't franchise me. I'm probably not going to go nowhere if we're doing good. But if I don't like what you're doing with the league and the roster, I'm gonna go look for somewhere that can, and I think that would
Yeah.
change a lot of NFL's mindsets, a lot of NFL teams' mindsets. Hey, let's prepare for this quarterback to be a free agent. They don't like this where this team's going. Let's see what we can do for him. And that's
I've
the
got
end
a
of my
lot of thoughts.
story.
No, that's good. I
Yeah.
got a lot of thoughts on that, but just hypothetically based off of what you said. So, are you kind of saying at the moment though that a quarterback should maybe be a little more team friendly with their thought process? Maybe it's a shorter contract. It's still a decent amount of money. It's life changing money to any of us, especially you or I. Like, we're not in that
Yeah,
boat. But that you
yeah.
would also then look at the left tackle and go, get all the money you can get, buddy. Take everything you can get out of this and go there. So, like, it would be okay for a left tackle to do it, but not a quarterback. Is that what you're? It's not the full story,
I
but
mean,
that sounds like
it's
what you
not the
said a little
full
bit.
story. If I'm a left tackle, get your money. You know, I'm in a car wreck 70, 80 plays a game. You know what I mean? The quarterback may, at most, get touched 10 times a game. And
Just don't
that's not
brush the
even,
face mask and you're good.
yeah. But it's the most protected position,
It is.
So it, no quarterback's going to say, hey, give me 25 million for 2 years, 50 million guaranteed, and let's go do something. No quarterback's going to do that. All the quarterbacks
I,
going to want the money. Every it's a business at the end of the day.
I think and I don't disagree with you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think ultimately where sports are at the moment is just, I think more people, and I think the average everyday Joe feels the same way, which is sometimes your salary makes you feel better self worth. That like
Yeah.
you you earned it. You're worth a certain amount, and so I think for a quarterback being the hardest position in what I would consider all sports, but that could be a debate at some point. But one of the toughest positions to play, I feel like those guys, they should be high paid. But I do understand what you're saying. Like, and as much as I didn't like Brady while he was winning all those Super Bowls, just because I got tired of seeing it over and over, yeah, he didn't do that, right? Like he didn't
Yeah.
go the like most highest paid quarterback in NFL
And,
history type of
and he
thing.
played for a
Uh,
long time.
and he played for a really long time, and they had sustained success for a long time. That franchise was totally changed during that time period. They're still kind of looked at it the same way, like they had a good run this year as well. Um, Before I jump off, I was just going to say the same thing. I don't remember if I told you this one, but I was listening to NFL radio, and they were talking about I can't remember if it was Jim Miller or Pat Carroll. One of them used to be a former NFL, like with contracts and such. And he mentioned
Mm-hmm.
this story one time that it just always stuck with me. It was Revis, and Revis wanted to be the highest paid corner or player of all time. Let's just go with corner of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept saying, like, we can make that happen, but the guaranteed money is really what matters here. Like, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
on paper what the contract is. It's guaranteed money that makes it. And so he ended up being the highest paid corner of all time at that point. So when he went to the Jets, it was not fully guaranteed contract. He was averaging, I think at the time, like 22 a year. They kept him for 1 year. He had a bad year, and then they cut him. And
Yep.
the agent was like, it's all about the guaranteed money. It doesn't matter that total number all the time. That guaranteed money is the difference. So in your scenario,
You're the
I like
highest
what you're
paid
saying, is it's
player.
like,
Yeah. You're the highest paid player until the next contract by another different player is done.
next
You
year it's going
know.
to be somebody else. So I like
Yep.
I like the shorter contract idea. Play for 2 years.
And
Let the
yeah,
team buy into
do
you,
a 2 year.
and you buy
Yeah,
into them.
I'm. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna forfeit even earth-shattering money, but I'm gonna hold you to a standard. And if you don't like that standard, well, then I'm gonna go out and see who else is out
I'm
there.
gonna
You can't franchise
I'm
me.
gonna test the
You
waters.
know.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
I
I
think
mean, you can also go out there and, you know, I think a lot of college players are doing it is getting the life insurance policies on their bodies. If they get hurt, then they get X amount of money.
yep.
They're paying out, the premiums out the nose, but do something like that.
You know where this one could go to? I don't know if we can tackle it next time. I'm gonna toss it out there. I'll tease it for now. You either pick it up or you don't, and we can catch it next time. But I think this is part of the conversation too. What we talked about for quarterbacks and their value in the NFL draft, and trading multiple picks to move up for rookie quarterbacks that haven't played in the NFL before. I think this is kind of wrapped up in the same idea about quarterbacks as well.
Yeah. Well, let's pick it up next time here on BYT. You can also follow me on Twitter, BYT_Brown. It's my handle down there at the bottom. You can also shoot me an email at BYTH, all caps, Brown, at gmail.com. If you got any questions, we can read it on here. I'll reply back if we're going to read your questions so you can watch. This was episode 5, Draft Crushes and Quarterbacks.
Draft crushes and quarterbacks, my man. And I'm on Twitter at BYT_Brooks. I'm on there. We will have a full Twitter page. Easy way to reach out as well. But please subscribe, post questions. Tell us where we're right. Tell us where we're wrong. Tell us topics you want to talk about. And we'll go from there. We just like to sit around and talk football. So, happy Sunday, y'all.
Take care.